notifications coming up. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing this evening? Fine, beautiful day here in Destin, Florida. It's kind of hard to see the view. Well, now it's not. Tracy, hey Tracy.
Hey, babe.
All right, let's see. How about this beautiful view we got here? You can see the ocean, kind of like right there. So we don't quite have the best view of the ocean, but it's not far to go to the elevator and go right down to it. As you can see, I got my Red Dirt Revival hat on from this weekend and my Stand Together shirt from Daryl Harwood. That was a big event we had with the Chillbillies host as the MCs, and so we had to find a cure for leukemia and lymphoma cancer. And we also had an event for our friend Cindy Adkins, who has cancer, stage 4 breast cancer. So she's a fighter and she's really fighting that. So we had a tea with the Chillbillies Saturday to kind of raise money to help her with her medical expenses. So anyway, I didn't really get to watch the NASCAR race because we were on our way down here. Well, Saturday was smack busy for me. I mean, I was at those two events until 10:30 at night, and so we ended up driving down at 10:30. We left China Grove at 10:30, and I drove for about an hour and I was yawning and carrying on. So then we switched out, and then I don't know, drove how many, 5 hours or so, and we stopped in rest area when we just got into Georgia. No, it wasn't Georgia. Was it Georgia? Alabama. Okay, so we stopped, and it was morning time by then, so we both just went ahead, and I went back to sleep, and then she went to sleep. So
Took a quickie.
yeah, so took a quick nap, and then we carried on. And as my friend Kudzu said, would y'all go down there on a donkey? But we made it. But we wasn't in any hurry because the check-in time wasn't until Sunday, like 4 o'clock. So really, we wasn't in any hurry. So we just took our time, had a good time. But anyway, as you can see down here, it's raining, and it's been pretty much this way all day. But we went and did a little shopping. Went and had a massage, couples massage, which I was a little bit skeptical about because I haven't had a massage in about 20 years. So I had some, anyway.
Phobias.
Yeah, I had some phobias about it, but it turned out to be pretty good. So I probably would do it again in maybe in another 20 years. But anyway, it was, I don't know, I might make it a regular thing. I know my buddy Scott Trevisan
might make it a regular thing.
Yeah, buddy Scott Trevisan goes and gets massages, believe it or not, from a tough guy like that. All right. Maybe he's watching. I can't tell he's watching. Can you see who's watching?
It doesn't tell me who's watching. It just says 8 people are watching.
Has anybody sent any comments now?
Yes. All everybody said is hey.
Oh, hey y'all. Hey everybody. Well, who said hey? I'm going to say it back.
Linda Jenkins.
Hey back.
Linda
Jenkins.
Jinx. Jenkins.
Jinx. Sorry if I get your names wrong.
Rachel.
Rachel Rodman.
That's 2. That's it.
Hey Rachel. Yeah, we can't tell who all's watching. I'm kind of doing this on the fly today. So as you can see, we kind of have our, well, you can't see, but I'm going to show you. We kind of got a little setup here outside the hotel room. Got my makeshift camera tripod.
You're not supposed to show behind the scenes stuff, baby.
Yeah, well, everybody gets to see all the behind the scenes on the, I decided to call it the NASCAR Country Show because we always talk about NASCAR, of course, and we talk about country music, and usually me and Beer Man will play some country music. But guess what? I left my harmonica in the car.
Oops.
And yeah, sorry about that. I'm sure that disappoints a lot of people, right? And I also left.
Disappoint the neighbors, I'm for sure.
Yeah.
Terry Quinn, I appreciate you taking time from your vacation to do this.
Oh yeah, no problem. It's all good. And I also brought my ukulele because I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and master the ukulele like I have the banjo and the harmonica. You're not saying anything.
I'm
Anyway,
reading. You can see
is
the
that
lightning in the background. By the way.
That was kind of a joke. I
We
mean,
took cover. You know why?
I haven't really mastered those instruments, but you know what? I'm doing the best I can, and I have a good time. So it's whatever. Some people don't know how to play any instruments, so the fact that I can play around with them,
I could
then
play
that's good enough.
tambourine.
So, but usually what I'll do
Just ask Scott.
is I do my public service announcement, and I'm just gonna pretend that I got my harmonica this time. And anyway, I'm gonna say this is my public service announcement. I kind of just came up with this on the fly. Turn around, don't drown. Your life is not worth it. The other one is, hold on, let me start over.
Sunday, Tom. We'll be back Sunday. Or
Sunday.
Saturday evening.
Saturday evening late, it might be Sunday by the time we get back. So, turn around, don't drown. And if you hear this sound, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh, that's on the banjo. Dun-dun-dun-dun. No, I'm sorry. All right, let me start over again. One more time, this is it. Turn around, don't drown. And if you hear this sound, wah, 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 it sounds like a train and my harmonica. Head for underground. And if you hear this sound, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Paddle faster. If y'all seen the movie Deliverance, you know what I'm talking about. What do you think? You seen the movie Deliverance?
Probably not.
All right, we're gonna watch
Cameron's
Deliverance because I brought my fire stick and we're gonna watch that.
Maybe
I'm
not.
gonna educate my wife
Maybe not.
if I can
Sarah
keep her
Cameron
awake.
says hello.
Hey Sarah, my cousin Sarah Cameron. How about that? How are you doing? All
Terry
right.
Quinn's never seen it
Terry
either.
Quinn's never seen that. Okay.
I'm sure we're not missing out on
So,
much.
Terry, with all the jokes about the banjo, that's where a lot of the jokes come from. Because in Deliverance, there's the banjo, the dueling banjos, which was actually a guitar and a banjo. And there's a scene where they're in a canoe when they come to find these people in the backwoods. And then there's another scene that says something about squealing like a pig. That's all I'm gonna say.
Darla's watching. Darla Robbins.
What's up, Darla? I saw Tom's watching too. Are y'all watching together?
I didn't see Tom.
Y'all were up in the Indiana. So who else we got watching from what other state or what other country? So yeah, we got here. I'll show you the view again in case you missed it the first
Darla
time.
says don't watch the movie.
Oh,
Tom's
Yeah.
at work, so you were wrong. He
oh,
wasn't watching.
they're not watching it together. I thought he commented.
No.
Anyway,
He needs to listen better.
well he's at the fire department. If they don't have anything going on, then he can watch
He's not on.
YouTube. Okay. Yeah, maybe she won't want to watch that movie. I might traumatize her. It's probably not a really good movie for her to see. But I'll think of something. I'll educate her on some of these good Southern.
Uh-oh, Tom Robinson.
Who-
Yes, I'm listening.
I told
Uh-oh.
you he was.
He wasn't on there before.
So, y'all can fill me in. Terry Quinn sent me some messages about what happened with the race, but I didn't get to see it. Said we were on the road, but I know one thing. Jimmy Johnson's out of the points, or out of the playoffs, and so is Denny Hamlin. The Denny Hamlin one I was pretty happy about, but we also lost one of the 4 drivers out of the chase. We watched The Notebook or something.
You can read it? I thought.
Watch
Now,
a
he
chick flick.
asked me
Well,
to
it
bring
pops
my
up.
glasses so he
Well,
can
see when it pops up right here, right there, then I can see it.
Yeah.
And I got my laptop out here just in case, but I figured since she had her phone, she can be tuning me in on if anybody has any questions. Maybe I'll just want to look at the scenery. Okay, so we got Christopher in
Christopher Wheaton, New York,
in New York. Cool. So we got New York, Illinois,
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, and we got Terry out in Oklahoma. Oh, Johnson, Hamlin, Boyer, and Eric Jones are out. are you out? Who you think is next out?
Next to go out.
Well, I'll tell you what. Who's in now still? I mean, I know. So we got 6 Fords in still. So yeah, that's right, Brian.
Tracy is better than Beer Man.
I wonder if the beer man's watching. Oh, he might be passed out. It's getting close to his bedtime. So let me get this chair a little closer. I think maybe that'd be better. So what I was saying.
Back in your chair, we pull it more forward.
Yeah, that's true. Was I don't know who. Well, the back of the chair's up, so it's gonna want to drop forward. Okay, let me adjust this a little bit right quick. See, now it's all.
It's fine.
The back of the chair needs to go up some.
Paul Rodriguez, welcome to Florida, guys. What
Yeah,
part are you in?
It's kind of like.
Paul?
Well, he's.
He can tell me.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm serious, Rachel.
Yeah. So what I was asking was who. Let's see. All right, so we got 6 Fords still in. So I'm thinking at the end, when it comes down to it, we're gonna have 4 Fords left. I would like to. Oh, Port St. Lucie. Lucie.
Lucy.
Port St. Lucie.
Is that on the Gulf Coast?
I'm not sure. Is that on the Gulf Coast? Anybody want to chime in? I didn't do that great. I can't say I didn't do that great in geography, but I didn't ever have like strict Florida geography. I know about Ponce de Leon and the Fountain of Youth. I know about the Seminole Indians.
East Coast.
He's on the Gulf.
East Coast.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're on the West Coast, babe.
We're on the West Coast, yes. So I know that the Seminole Indians were the last. No, the Seminole Indians are the only Native American tribe that never signed any kind of treaty with the United States. How about that? That's the trivia for tonight. Not really. We'll have some more. We got to have a trivia question about the NASCAR.
Are we scooting forward or are we sitting back?
Well, all right, we'll sit back here. We all don't have to see me
Bring
so
the
close.
chair.
I just like to get it close, you know. It's like get a little closer, don't be shy.
'Cause my head's
Get a
not big
little
enough.
closer, bear it extra dry.
Are we near Pensacola?
Pensacola, yeah, we're about, let's see, I think it's about 50 miles away from the Pensacola.
We're not far from the naval base that's at Pensacola.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw a sign that said 53 miles, something like that, from Pensacola. And we drove down, so, huh?
I don't think it was that far.
Yeah, so anyway, I remember thinking it'd take about 50 minutes, but, we drove down, but I did hear that they have, we have, what's the airplane we use that,
Allegiant.
Allegiant flies in to Fort Walton. And
Fort Walton / Destin. Which
yeah,
is
I'm
where
wondering
we're
if
at.
they're flying in somewhere else. Brian Spencer, you like my singing? Come on now. Can we do it again?
What did Brian Spencer say?
What I'm gonna do a birthday song. But you'll see. I'm gonna surprise everybody.
Feldhausen, blow, blow, Seminole wind, blow like you're never gonna blow again.
That's right. I love that song. That John Anderson song, Seminole Wind. Every time I go to Florida, I think about that. And I saw a Seminole koozie that I wanted to get, and I'm thinking I probably should back off on the koozies because I have probably how many about 1,000 koozies, I'd say.
Minimum.
Yeah, minimum. So anyhow, I hadn't seen anything from the beer man. He must be napping. I told him I was gonna be on tonight, me and Tracy.
He even suggested that we do it too.
Yeah, he said I should do it from here, and you know,
Get up.
matter of fact,
Look, wait a minute, guys.
I think I'm gonna go walk
sorry.
down here and show you the beach.
No, I'm gonna show you this beautiful sunset.
Oh,
Check it out.
how about that? Yeah. Wow, look at that.
All right, folks, let's
That's
see if I can
beautiful.
give you a little tour here.
Mm-hmm.
You can barely see the beach down there, but it's down there. Trust me.
It's there. Hey, don't drop my phone now. Get a little close to the edge.
I know what I'm doing. And there you have it. Grab my phone. I'm gonna walk down this way with you. You get to look at me for a minute. But if we're down here, you can see the beach more. I'm trying to be quiet because there are people here.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. I'm
Let's
gonna
see.
I'll stand over here that way they don't think we.
The beach is at the corner of the building, right over there. All right, I'm gonna hand it back over to David.
All right. I'm gonna bring the glasses. So let's go on a little bit further. I gotta make sure people don't think I'm videoing inside their windows. Of course, there's not very many people out here. All right, I'm just gonna get on a little bit further down so maybe y'all can see the ocean. Of course, we're inside now. This is the elevators. So I'm gonna keep on going. Here we go. There's the ocean. I mean, how beautiful is that? Very nice. So I'm thinking tomorrow's gonna be sunshine and we're gonna get out and so we went through and did all the stuff today that we would do on a rainy day. We actually went and then watched or did one of those presentations for the Wyndham, you know, that they try to sell you more points and that kind of stuff. Man, just lightning. But seeing as how we already got 3 timeshare, well, 4 timeshares between the 2 of us, I didn't figure we needed to get any more points or any of that stuff. But we got a $100 gift certificate to go down to the boardwalk where Crab Island is and some of those places, restaurants and things. But we're gonna go probably rent a boat, probably a small boat. I would do like kayaks, but Tracy's kind of scared of the water. But we'll do like a small boat and then we can go out to what's called Crab Island where there's like this huge area that the water's about 3 feet deep. And that's all it gets. So, but it's from what I've seen in pictures, it's really beautiful. And, or you can rent a fishing boat and that kind of stuff. But we'll just get a regular small boat. I think should be good with that. And we'll just go out to Crab Island and have a big time. So, anyway, let's go on back. So if y'all got any questions about NASCAR, which, like I said, I missed the race because I was on down here. But if you got any questions about what I do, any of that kind of stuff, just ask away. Because of course, you know, I can get a little bit technical, but not too technical about my job. Basically, I get to work about 7 in the morning, and then I just go start putting engines together. And so isn't Suarez with Toyota? Suarez, yeah, but is he gonna stay? What? Is it cutting in and out? Okay. All right, I'm back over here now. I think Tracy said it keeps cutting in and out, but maybe it's because I was losing my signal. So what was Brian Spencer asking?
Brian Spencer said, isn't Suarez with Toyota?
Yeah, at the moment, but I think he's gonna be out of there from what I've been seeing. And the other, I'm gonna take this hat off, it's getting hot. But the good news, I guess you could say, well, good news for Roush and Roush H Engines is Ryan Newman's coming over to drive for Roush. You know, Trevor Bain's gonna be out. I hate it for him, he's a good kid. But, you know, at the end of the day, that's a business deal. And that's part of racing. You know, life goes on outside of racing. And then, what did Rachel say?
Do you think Brad can get another win against the top 3?
Do you think Brad can get another win against the top 3? Absolutely, without a doubt. That's yeah. I know that Brad's her favorite driver, and I try not to be partial, but I can pretty much say that he's the one I pull for.
One of the top 3.
Yep.
For sure.
There's this lightning in behind us.
And we're up against metal
Yeah. So,
and sitting in metal chairs.
yeah. So yeah, I think that Brad is definitely come on strong when he needs to, and there's no backing off on the strength that he's showing. You know, I wish that I would have seen the race this week just so I can kind of get a gauge on how everything was going with our cars and whatever. But you know, there's going to be, you can't win every week. I mean, we won 5 races in a row with Ford and Roush Edge engines. So, what did Paul just say?
Scott says the Rocket Man back in the blue oval the first time since he left Penske back in 2008.
Yeah, remember, yeah, when he left Penske in 2008, so he's back in the blue oval finally. Who was that from? Scott. You said Scott.
Scott Felthausen.
Oh, Felthausen, okay. Yeah, and the Rocket Man. Y'all remember whenever Ryan Newman was the Rocket Man? Because he used to get a lot of poles and stuff. This was after Front Row Joe. Because that was, you know, Front Row Joe back in the late 90s was, he was winning the poles all the time, and then Ryan Newman became the Rocket Man. Pretty sure it was after. It was around that time. Anyway.
So Paul Rodriguez says, David, what do you think about the Roval? After the race Saturday, they interviewed some drivers, and they admit that they are scared to death about what's going to happen.
Oh, what's going to happen at the Roval? I wonder why they're scared to death. I mean, even so, you know, Charlotte's even made, I guess because it's something new to them. They're not, every driver that's going to be there is going to be kind of like a rookie at that point because they've never done it on this side. Now, we did do some testing down there.
Roval means reverse oval?
Yeah, basically, they decided to call it the Roval. It's not a reverse oval. It's a road course in the middle of Charlotte, and that road course has been there. They've raced go-karts on there for the AKA American Karting Association and different things. So they've done that for many years, but you don't really hear about that much. So now we're going to have NASCAR racing at the Roval. And they've made, I've heard they've made some adjustments to the track to where you don't have to worry about the splitter getting ripped apart when it, you know, it hits the, I forgot what you call those things, berms or whatever.
It says 17 corners.
At a lot of track, yeah, 17 corners, so there you go. It's going to be interesting. And, you know, if it rains, they're going to have rain tires. So somebody asked me what I thought about that, and I was perfectly fine with that because we had rain tires when I went to Japan back in '96. They had all the tires mounted up for rain tires, and it turns out it didn't rain because apparently it rains a lot over there. We even got rain jackets from Sabco. Well, we got per diem and we got rain jackets. So, and so anyway, sorry y'all, I'm swiping off some of the notifications I get popped up on my phone. So yeah, I think it'll be good. It'll be different, and I think they're going to pack the house. I know Beer Man's going to do some camping out down there, and we'll be on our way back. So I don't know that we're going to feel like going on Sunday. So somebody's asked 96.
Wait a minute,
Was
there's
that
a
the first
question before
Suzuka?
that. There's questions before
Yeah,
that.
I'll answer that in a second.
Nancy Davison says, do you think Joey Logano will pick up speed in the next races?
Yeah, I think that I feel like all three of the Penske cars definitely will. You know, if you want to talk about one that might fall out, you know, Ryan Blaney hasn't been quite as strong. He's been pretty consistent, but I think that Joey's in for it because Joey's got something to prove. You know, he's fought for the championship the past several years, at least. I remember when Kansas got into him at Martinsville. He got into him is an understatement, but basically took away his hopes for the championship. And it seems like the year before that, he might have ended up second, but he was running for the championship. So he seems to be one of those drivers that's always there at the end. And you can't discount the Penske cars because they're always strong. And then about the Suzuka circuit, is that what the question was about in '96?
Suzuka West course, wasn't it?
It was the Suzuka circuit in, good Lord, where was Suzuka? Okay, so Twin Ring Motegi was in '97 and '98, and then Suzuka circuit was in '96. And I went in '96 and I went in '98. But I was trying to remember the actual town that it was in. It was near Tokyo, I remember that. Because we flew to Tokyo, And we had like a 2-hour delay, 2-hour layover, and then we flew to Nagoya, I believe it was. Then we got on a bus and went like another 2 hours to the track. So by the time I left my house and time I got there, it was about 25 hours.
So Nancy Davison says she heard all who tested crashed their car at the Roval.
Yeah, there was a lot of wrecks, but it'll be interesting. I mean, it'll definitely be one of those races that'll shake up the points, most likely. And I think that's probably where the experience of the veteran drivers will come into play. At least the ones that they tend to use their noggins a little more. Like, I think Brad will be pretty smart in it. I think Kevin Harvick. I think most of the Ford drivers will be fine. You got some of the rookies that might be the ones that have a few issues unless they keep their smarts about them. But I'm gonna see what's going on out there. What is that?
Well, they're doing some construction down there.
Okay.
They're supposed to be working on this building all week.
Mm-hmm.
So, Paul Rodriguez says a lot of people will crash and most likely collect an innocent bystander.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll be, if they wreck, the good thing is, all right, so this is the way I see it. That right there will challenge the drivers to win every week. Even the drivers that are wanting to move to the next level, then, when you win, then you're locked in. So maybe that'll challenge them before they get to the Roval to go ahead and win, so that maybe that'll make the racing more interesting, possibly.
So Rachel Rodman says, trivia question for you. Do you know who Tim Brewer is?
Yes, I do know Tim Brewer. I know Tim personally. Actually, I saw him a couple years ago at the golf course in Statesville. He still goes and golfs occasionally. Anyway, what was that for? Anything in particular?
Linda Jinks asked me, do I have a favorite driver?
Oh, okay.
No, I don't have a favorite driver. I think one of the ones that I've met that I've really felt like he was a great person is Joey Logano. He's sweet, he's cute, he's nice, and he's
so
young.
cute.
He reminds
He's
me
so
of one of my
cute.
boys because he's young. My boys are 28 and 26.
Yeah.
So he does remind me of one of my
So
boys.
who's your favorite driver of all time, back in the day?
Well, I have to say, let's guess. He already knows the answer.
Yeah.
Handsome Harry. They even named a dog after him.
Yep. Handsome Harry Gant.
Linda, Joey is your favorite as well? That's
Power steering
awesome.
fluid in that
Awesome.
thing. I always try to diagnose cars when I hear
He's got
making
issues.
noises.
He's got
I
issues.
can't help it. They need power steering fluid.
He said
Either that or the
that
pump's
somebody got a
bad.
loose belt. He said that earlier today. Somebody
yeah.
needs to tighten up their steering belt.
Well, you know what happens. That's just the way it is. That's how I made my living. Well, I guess I kind of still do. But I made my living for a long time working on cars and fixing cars. So, let's see what's going on out there now. I think all the lightning seems to be gone now.
It looks like the pink.
Did anybody?
Back
Oh,
in the
I
corner
saw
back
some.
there.
I just now saw some. So anyway, on the other side of these hotels is the ocean, and that would be the Gulf Coast, which is
Gulf Coast.
Beautiful blue water,
far.
blue and green water. Yeah, the first day we got here, we went and sat out on the ocean, sat out
At
at
the
a
beach
bar,
bar.
the beach bar, and it was perfect. I mean, it was sunshine and hot.
Yeah, my arms even got a little bit burnt.
We went to the store and I bought some 50 sunblock because chances are I'm going to need it.
I don't look that old, Nancy. Yeah, I can't say I started as young as David, but I did start young. I was 20 when my first one was born.
You look older with those reading glasses on.
You know what you can do. I'm the sexy librarian, just
Yeah,
so
there
you
you
know.
go. Yeah.
I don't know about sexy, but whatever.
Hey, whatever works.
Rachel says, have you met the new president of NASCAR, Steve Phelps?
I have not met him. Linda Jinks, you get sent in your... No, I haven't met the guy yet. Maybe
Not
he'll
yet.
come by.
No sand in our britches yet. That's tomorrow.
Yeah, not yet. I
Today
haven't
was
even
rain
actually,
delayed.
yeah.
We were on a rain delay today.
I haven't actually even walked on the sand yet because I had.
We walked to it.
Yeah, we walked to it and then we went and sat.
We had sneakers
beach
on,
bar.
so we didn't.
But yeah, we didn't get there. Didn't get that far yet. So did anybody that's watching not get to see the ocean yet?
David, could you like get inside my
Here you
brain
go.
any closer?
Wah, 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 wah.
You silly.
Well. Anyway, it's over there. Trust me, it's there, and it's not going anywhere.
We wish that we could be out on the beach with this podcast or whatever it's called. What is it called? Live?
YouTube
cast?
Live.
YouTube Live.
And I call it NASCAR Country because, like I said,
It's NASCAR. We live in the country.
country.
You know, this is the country that NASCAR is born in.
and that's what I named my YouTube channel now is NASCAR Country. And
Woo!
when I was growing up as a kid in Charlotte, it was always on the radio. You'd always hear
Richard Lewis says you go.
NASCAR Country. NASCAR
You better
Country.
not let Scott Travis and Beer Man hear that.
Well, hear what?
Richard Lewis says
Yes,
I'll vote for
Dick
Tracy
Lewis.
to co-host more.
Oh yeah,
Is
there
he
we go.
Big Dick or Little Dick?
No, he's neither. He is
Oh.
the son-in-law of Big Dick, the
Oh.
brother-in-law of
I
Little
think
Dick.
I've met you before.
Yeah, and y'all don't know what we're talking about.
Richard does though.
Yeah, Dick Seidenspinner used to be, he was the team manager for Sabco back in the day of the mellow yellow car. Back when they had Gary Nelson, all these guys there. Dick Seidenspinner was the team manager. And that was when I first started there. And so he actually worked with the Beer Man. But Dick Lewis is married to Dick Seidenspinner's sister, Lori.
And he's also called Dick as well, he says.
And his name is Dick as well. So there you go.
Your other Dick.
I know. Anyway, so yeah, I mean it's
I got
funny.
funnies,
It's
too.
a rare because you don't usually hear about that many.
Dicks in one family.
Yes. So anyhow,
Uh-oh.
hey, how y'all doing?
Showing some love.
Yeah.
Dick
so,
Senior, Dick Junior, Dick Lewis.
Yes.
Gotcha.
How about that? So and then Laura's side spinner Lewis.
Yes.
Yeah, well, because she was side spinner. Anyhow.
She likes Harleys too.
And she likes Harleys, yes.
Mhm.
So yeah, I
Any more
believe they were
questions?
probably there, you know, when Kyle did his very first motorcycle ride event that he does every year across
The-
the country.
The charity ride.
Yes, Kyle Petty charity ride, and I was there the first time when he came back to the stock car
Black and
or the
white.
Stock Car Cafe down in Charlotte. Chris Politis, Stock Car Cafe, Sandwich Construction Company. That's what it was. And then he ended up moving a place up on exit 28. And he opened up Stock Car Cafe.
Nancy Davidson says she loved Gary Nelson.
Yeah, Gary Nelson was so good at bending the rules, let's say, that they ended up making him the guy that would the guy that could catch people breaking the rules in NASCAR. So yeah, he was very good at that. And I guess
Earnhardt
he's still doing it. What? Earnhardt?
Earnhardt fans.
Who?
Anybody. Earnhardt
Oh,
fans.
anybody Earnhardt fans out there?
Senior or
as
junior.
in, yeah, senior or junior. My Earnhardt story is that Earnhardt actually ran over my foot on pit road before. So I can always say that. Not many people can say that Earnhardt has run over their foot.
And they survived and kept their foot.
And I survived. Yes, I remember it like it was yesterday. But you know, he would get really close to our pit stalls because he tried to mess up the pit crews, and then that way it gives him an advantage. You know, he was pretty tough, one tough customer. But he would do anything he could to try to win a races, of course, but to give himself a competitive advantage. Including he was very close with NASCAR, and he would go and talk to those guys, and he had all his friends working in NASCAR. But he was extremely talented too. You know, we missed him as soon as he died. It was a really sad day.
Who was watching the race when he died? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I was watching, and I wasn't there. I actually
was watching.
was there the day before because I actually said, "That's it, I'm retiring." And then I decided, all right, I'm gonna go this year, 2001, and I went that year, but I just did the Bush Series. Anyway, that was about, yep, pretty bad time right there though.
The skies turned dark. So Brian
Yeah.
Spencer says mellow yellow, the 42 car. He has that die cast.
Oh yeah, that is I would say that is my most favorite paint scheme of all time. Of all the cars that I worked for, it was that mellow yellow car. Even, yeah, I need to have a die cast for every car I build an engine for.
So
Maybe not.
Terry Quinn says, saw that Bobby Dale Earnhardt is getting a ride for Kansas. I think it was with MBM.
Bobby Dale. Okay, Bobby Dale Earnhardt.
Who are all cousins?
Yeah.
By the way.
It's all relative, so to speak.
Yeah.
Just like Tracy, she's the Earnhardt from way back.
Way back in the day.
Yeah. So Nancy Davidson says I was watching. Yeah, that was.
I was watching. I remember exactly where I was.
Yeah. I was gonna ask a question. What are y'all's favorite paint schemes from back in the day? Or okay, let's say it this way. Your all-time favorite paint scheme. I think I know what Terry Quinn's gonna say.
I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt. Linda Jinks says she has to go.
Oh, okay.
But she told me to remember top to bottom when cleaning.
Top to bottom.
When cleaning.
When cleaning. That's right.
Gotcha.
So, all right, we'll see you later. Linda, thank you for watching. But after y'all enter these favorite paint schemes, then we'll probably go ahead and wrap it up. But,
Scott
and if y'all
Felthausen.
go ahead and click like on this, please, if you like it.
There's
If
only
you don't
one-
like it,
There's
then
only one so far.
just don't do anything.
If not, then just send us a bird.
Yeah, just click like or flip us the bird on the comments. No, don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Just kidding.
No.
Yes, if you would, please click likes.
So
Gives me an idea
Scott
if you really like
Felthausen
it.
says, I saw the race when he was killed. He never knew how much he would miss him being on the track until he went to Welcome, North Carolina, in the RCR Museum, and he's a Jeff Bodine fan.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, Jeff Bodine. I remember. I haven't been to the RCR Museum. I need to get out there, and I need to go to the Randleman. I need to go to the Petty Garage out there. But Jeff Bodine, he was. I remember when he drove for Hendrick and drove that Levi Garrett car, the 5 with the big star on the side of it. I like that paint scheme too. I always liked the old Chattanooga 2 car from back in the day too. When let's see, it was Larry Pearson and David Pearson actually drove those cars, because I remember having a picture of the trucks and the cars, and that was a really cool paint scheme. The Bobby Allison Gold and White, Nancy Davidson.
Nancy Davidson actually said she was watching the race when Earnhardt died.
The Tide
Richard
Ride was
Lewis
cool. Yeah,
says-
that was a good one. It was around for a long time. The Tide Ride. That was Darrell Waltrip drove the I believe it was the number 11 in, and then Ricky Rudd drove the 10, the Tide Ride. That was always a pretty car.
Richard Lewis says 28 Davy Allison is his favorite.
I was thinking that Terry would definitely say that, and Dick Lewis says it too. The 28 car. That was one of my. They need to have like a contest sometime and take a poll. Maybe I should do that on Twitter. I'm going to do a Twitter poll.
He'll do a Twitter poll.
But if y'all haven't seen, another thing, if you would, y'all log into YouTube and hit subscribe onto mine. And then I'll also try to go on and subscribe back at some point. But you can go on and see my video from when I went to Japan the first time in 1996. It's a pretty cool video. It's got Wally Dallenbach, Robbie Gordon, Armando Fitz. It's got some of the, it's got like Ernie Irvin's car. It's got that 28 Hamm car in it. Dale Earnhardt. It's got the start of the 96 race there at Suzuka Circuit, and it's got, after basically whenever we got loaded up to leave to come back home, loaded up the containers. But yeah, I could do a poll on Facebook too.
Yeah, he's got more race car fans though on Twitter. I
Yeah,
think
there's-
that's why he wants to get it on Twitter.
Right. Well, why don't I just do both?
Yeah, you can do both.
I could do both.
So Rachel says she likes the Wood Brothers 21 paint scheme. Her friend that's with her likes
Yes,
the Richard
you're
Petty
later.
74 Dodge Charger and yellow paint schemes of Cale Yarborough Holly Farms car.
Oh yes, the Holly Farms car. That was There's some more lightning. That was my favorite car back in the 70s when Cale Yarborough won 3 championships, 2 back-to-back, and then skip a year, and then we won another one. That was amongst the time that Richard Petty was winning them. Like, he was winning all of the races, it seemed like. But then Cale Yarborough come along and started kicking butt and won his 3 championships back
So
then.
Scott Felthausen says DW was the 17 car, tied car for Hendrick. Ricky
Yeah.
Rudd was the number 5, Hendrick.
The
And the number
5
10,
and the 10.
Rudd Performance Motor Speedway, the time car, motorsports,
Yes.
tied car.
That's right, good call. I knew that, I thought there was a 5 in there too. It's just been, but that was a little confusing because when he started his own team, Ricky Rudd Performance, he started running pro motor engines and whatever, and then he switched over to the 10. Yes, and Darrell Waltrip was in that 17, as well as, gosh, the Gatorade 88 for Diegard, Darrell Waltrip I'm talking about, Pepsi Challenger, the Western Auto 17, the Tide, what else was he in? Mountain Dew car, yeah. Darrell was one of my favorites back in the day too. So anyway, is that it? Y'all, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, hit the subscribe button and click like if you liked it. And we will see you guys next time. We're gonna go hang out on the beach for the rest of the week.
No, he's gonna feed me first.
Oh yeah, we gotta go get something for dinner. And there was one more comment about Ricky Rudd, I think.
Ricky Rudd had 26 for a while, didn't he? Yep, Kenny Bernstein,
Was it a
Quaker State
Quaker
car.
State? Yeah.
Kenny Bernstein,
That's what I was-
Quaker State
Yep,
car.
yep.
Brian Spencer says any paint, I can't even.
And then there was
read.
the other Quaker State was I think Brett Bodine and later on. But anyway, yeah, that's right.
Brian Spencer says he liked
Kenny
any of
Bernstein. I'm listening.
Petty's STP paint schemes.
Oh yeah, the STP.
or
That
any of
car.
Petty's paint schemes.
I'll tell you what, and that car still being around and being as awesome looking as it is. I saw a video the other week, and it had
Getting closer.
they were taking off the. I'm getting excited. When I get excited, I get closer. But they were taking off the wrap at the track, and they were going. They had the blue classic paint scheme on there, and then they pulled the wrap off, and then it went to the newer paint scheme, I believe it was. But I mean, that was just like, it brings back so many memories whenever I see that Petty blue. The Petty blue, he actually has his own blue, and that 43 car.
Like a Ford Blue.
Yes, pretty
So
much.
Scott Felthausen says Brett Bodine, Ricky
Thank you,
Rudd's
Brian
placement
Spencer.
at
Rachel.
Bernstein's team when Rudd went to the number 5 over at Hendrick.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right. That's I need to just write up some trivia questions and all this, or maybe we can get Beer Man to open up his trivia game, and we could just all play the game together sometime. Wouldn't that be cool? Just ask questions, and then I'll move the pieces along when y'all answer the questions right. So, I remember the Alan Quicky's Quincy
Quicky's.
#7 car.
Love the
Yes,
paint scheme.
that was early on. I remember that too. Then he ended up being in the Hooters car. I think when he won the championship, that was the car he was in. Yep. Quincy Steakhouse. How about that? It's been a while since I heard that. I smell food.
Yeah.
I'm really getting hungry now. But y'all, thanks for watching. And we will see you next time. And we're going to go enjoy the rest of our vacation. But if you got any questions or any comments, you can follow me on Twitter at DHAMIAM. And you can follow the WAME Chillbillies on 929 at 929 Chillbillies. Or, of course, find me on Facebook, on the Facebooks,
The Facebook.
and Twitter at DHAMIAM, and whatever else. If you
Everywhere.
find one, you'll probably find the other.
Yeah.
But I'm all over the place.
So I
But-
may convince Mr. Hamm to do a video tomorrow on the beach. And
Oh,
post
yeah.
it on YouTube,
We'll have to do that.
just for you guys.
And maybe I'll do a little singing video. I got a surprise in the works.
Oh, Lord.
She's like,
We're in
maybe
trouble.
not. Hey, how about a fish buffet for tonight?
We've got a place here called the Fish Bowl. I wonder if,
She's like, did they serve chicken? Because she
No.
won't eat fish, believe it or not.
yeah, I don't eat seafood.
What about some
Paul
Chinese?
Rodriguez,
That massage made me hungry for some Chinese.
he's crazy. So, Paul, have you heard of the Fish Bowl here? We passed it. I didn't know if it
I
was
have-
a restaurant or not.
Oh, you're
Somebody
saying.
said something about the Fish Bowl.
Yeah, I thought he was asking that.
No, I'm asking Paul since he's familiar with Florida.
Yeah, well, maybe. All right, well, y'all have a good night, and we'll catch you on next time. Sorry I couldn't play a song for you. I
But
know
he still
Tracy's
sung.
disappointed.
He still sung.
I did sing. And all right, y'all. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you much.